Welcome to Agents of Screen. I'm your boy Miles, aka the Bald Beyonce, and welcome to my spoiler-free review for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, the movie event extravaganza of the year. Did it live up to the hype? Let's find out. If you're new here, welcome. How I do things, I'll tell you what I liked, what I didn't like, my score out of 10, and if you should see this movie when it comes out in cinemas. If you're a returning viewer, you already know where it is. Shake my hand. Alright, say less. Yep. Say less, bro. We got it. Yeah? We like that. But I've already wasted enough time as it is. Off the bat, things that I like. This is the most violent, the most brutal, the most dark, the most scary MCU movie to date. Almost as scary as this vein I can feel popping out of my neck right now. Stay down. But it makes sense because Sam Raimi is the director for this film. If you are unfamiliar with Sam Raimi, he directed the first Spider-Man trilogy, but before that, he was most famous for the Evil Dead films, like a quintessential old school horror. And he brought those vibes here. And it also seems that Marvel gave him a lot of creative license because it has a lot of those Sam Raimi trademarks that you know, like the close eye shots and the camera work and the jump scares. Good performances from the actors all around. America Chavez, from what she was given, she done well. She was an endearing character. And Elizabeth Olsen playing Scarlet Witch and Wanda Maximoff, she shows that she's a, even though this is the MCU, she shows, I don't know why I'm doing this, she shows she's a big boy in the game. She shows her acting chops when it's required for those emotional beats. And going back to the creative license thing, I appreciate that, especially in the MCU, which is often accused of being very cookie cutter, like the same formula. So I always appreciate when they give a director the chance to imprint their own stamp on a film. And of course, this is an MCU event, Multiverse of Madness. And without spoiling anything, there are some genuine moments that will make you gasp in delight from the things that you will see. But I will use that to segue into the things that I didn't like. I feel like the multiverse was underutilized. The movie is called Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. It feels like it should have been called Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Mild Bemusement. And listen, I only watched one trailer and I didn't get caught up into the theories and I didn't allow my mind to run wild and all these mad theories that you saw floating about on the internet. For example, completely hypothetical, like you would see SpongeBob SquarePants as Mephisto or something like that. Like I didn't go crazy with it. That being said though, I still felt they could have done so much more with it. And I don't know if it's just me. The movie at times felt disjointed. Now you could argue that leans into the whole multiverse of madness, like you don't know quite what's going on. But to me, it felt messy. It felt like the movie should have been longer, but they lifted whole scenes out of the movie. And it feels like once you take away like the spectacle and all of the appearances and whatnot, once you take that away from the movie, the story, the script itself is just feels light. And again, no spoilers, but the climactic battles, this person against this person and that person against that person, they could have done so much more with it. It was just a very underwhelming and at times strange, no pun intended, experience. And as I mentioned before, one of the things that Sam Raimi is known for is his Spider-Man trilogy, which came out like in 2002, 2003. And this movie felt like it was from 2003. It just felt dated at times in terms of like the dialogue, in terms of the musical choices for the score. Both felt corny and cheesy at times. The thing is, Doctor Strange has a really interesting character arc in this, involving Dr. Christine Palmer, and he has to kind of reckon with the choices he's made up until this point. Do they really make him happy? And I was going to put that in my pluses, but because they flirt with it, they just blow in the air of it, like Lance Stevenson. They just flirt with it without never taking it to that next step. It's like, they were so close, but it seems like that's something that we'll have to revisit yet again because it wasn't resolved here. And with America Chavez, the actress that plays her, I apologize for not knowing her name off the top of my head, but she feels like a living MacGuffin. Because she's so OP, I don't know how they're gonna use her in the future. So it seems like she's here in this movie to facilitate the plot. I would not say this is a trash movie. However, I would say that I was disappointed. However, I still would say that I enjoyed it. And I still would say for Marvel fans, this is a must view purely for certain events that happen. And it leaves me feeling like if you want to see the multiverse done right, go watch Everything Everywhere All at Once. I give Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness you know what, I was gonna give this film a 7, but the more that I talk and I think about it, I have to peg it down just a bit. So I will give it a 6.5 out of 10. Let me know what you thought about the movie when you see it in the comments below. But I have been your boy Miles, and until the next video, which should be coming extremely soon. Peace.